Okay, let's dive in. If you're anything like most people listening, you probably feel it sometimes. This quiet, maybe constant pressure,
Hmm.
like a low-level hum of anxiety you just can't quite shake.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, work stress or exactly loneliness. It's deeper, like a fundamental ache, maybe. Spiritual malnourishment. Is that fair?
I think that's a really good way to put it. That quiet ache, it's so widespread because it points to something massive. And the fundamental truth we're really digging into today is this. We are not separate from nature. We are nature.
Right. We are nature.
And the sources we looked at that make this incredibly strong case, and it's scientific too, that reconnecting with the natural world, it's maybe the most powerful and definitely the most underrated way to heal.
Okay, so let's picture that disconnect.
Hmm.
The sources, they paint this really vivid, almost kind of sad snapshot of modern life. They talk about us living almost entirely in, well, boxes.
Boxes, yeah. Think about it, your average day, right? You wake up in an air-conditioned box,
Your house or apartment,
then you travel in a metal box.
your car, the train.
Spend maybe 8 hours in an office box, probably under those buzzing fluorescent lights.
Oh, yeah. Fun times.
And then you come home to another box.
It's true. Climate-controlled, artificially lit.
Exactly. And spending just so many hours staring at what some affectionately call glowing rectangles, our phones, our computers, our TVs.
Guilty as charged.
And this whole lifestyle, it's profoundly divorced us from these essential natural cycles. We just don't track the sun anymore or the moon phases or even the seasons in the same embodied way.
We miss out on full-spectrum light. We breathe filtered, kind of stagnant air.
And we certainly don't feel the actual earth beneath our feet very often, do we?
Almost never for many people. So that profound disconnection, that's the root of this malnourishment we're talking about.
Precisely.
So our mission today, then, is to really show you the evidence. We want to prove that this healing power of nature, it's not just some, poetic or sentimental idea.
Yeah.
It's hard science.
Yeah, we're looking for the data, the proof that shows why, say, walking into a forest might actually be better medicine than a lot of the stuff we usually try.
Okay, so where do we start? The science behind why we even need this connection.
Exactly. To understand the why, we have to start with that innate need itself. And the scientific explanation for this pull towards nature, it's often captured in the term biophilia.
Biophilia,
Yeah.
right? I remember that being popularized by E.O. Wilson, the biologist. It translates roughly to love of life, something like that.
Yeah, essentially, love of life. But what does that mean in practical biological terms? Well, it means it's literally in our DNA.
So hardwired.
Pretty much. Wilson argued this is an innate tendency, a deep biological necessity, really, to connect with nature and other living things. I mean, think about it.
History.
Right. For 99% of human history, our actual survival depended entirely on our ability to read the natural world, to spot water, find safe shelter, track animals.
Our brains evolved in that environment.
Exactly. They evolved to feel safe, to feel, right, and to thrive in those biodiverse natural settings.
So, okay, when we step into a forest or even just a park, we're not just pursuing a hobby like hiking or bird watching.
No, you're responding to a primal biological requirement. It's almost like breathing, We can't survive long without it. Not really, not healthily.
That makes so much sense.
And what's really remarkable is that when we do honor this need, the physiological response, it's immediate, it's measurable.
Okay, measurable how?
Well, we see the most pronounced effects when people spend time around certain key elements, specifically trees and water. Think about it, those are the ancient signals of survival and sustenance.
Trees and water. Okay, let's get into those measurable changes because this is where, the skeptical listener might really lean in. We all know modern life keeps us in this state of chronic, kind of low-grade stress. That feeling of always being sort of braced, ready for something bad to happen.
Yeah, that constant readiness state. That means our nervous system is basically stuck in sympathetic activation. That's the fight or flight mode.
Right. Heart working harder, digestion maybe slows down.
You're burning through enormous amounts of energy just being on alert.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating is that time spent in natural environments, it actively flips that switch.
How so?
It helps move us into the parasympathetic state. That's the peaceful, restorative rest and digest mode.
Rest and digest. Okay, that sounds much better than fight or flight.
Yeah.
And this transition from panic mode to peace mode, you're saying it's quantifiable.
totally quantifiable. It's not just a feeling, although the feeling is great.
Oh.
Our bodies become statistically measurably calmer.
So what specific outcomes did the research show? Like, what can we actually measure?
Okay, the list is pretty powerful. Within just minutes of being in a natural setting, subjects show a lowered heart rate,
Okay,
reduced blood pressure,
good.
and maybe most importantly, a measurable decrease in the production of the stress hormone cortisol.
Cortisol. Okay, everyone's heard that term, but break it down simply. What's cortisol actually doing in the body?
Think of cortisol as your body's chemical alarm system.
Right.
When you perceive a threat, doesn't matter if it's an actual bear in the woods or just, an angry email from your boss.
Or just thinking about the angry email.
Exactly. Cortisol floods your system.
Right.
Now, it's essential for short bursts for actual emergencies, but the chronic overproduction we see today, that drives systemic inflammation, it messes with sleep, it causes that feeling of just internal burnout.
And nature does what to that?
Nature basically signals to the brain, the threat is gone, you are safe now, relax.
Wow. So it's like the ultimate evolutionary safe space.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really cool, the sources emphasize this, is that the barrier to entry is incredibly low. You don't need to, hike the Appalachian Trail for this to work.
Right. No grand expedition needed.
Nope. Even the simple act of just looking out a window at a green landscape, trees, a park, even just a bit of lawn can actually start this calming process.
Just looking. Seriously.
Yes, that visual stimulus alone, the greens and the natural patterns, it starts to trigger that parasympathetic response.
Okay, that's fascinating. So the physical body is calming down,
Mm.
but what about the mind? Because, let's be honest, my mind can generate some pretty intense, self-important dramas that have zero connection to bears or angry emails.
Huh. Yes, I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
And this is where nature acts as this deep psychological medicine. It provides a massive perspective shift.
How does that work?
Well, think about it. Picture yourself standing at the edge of the ocean, waves crashing, or looking up under a truly vast, star-filled sky way out in the mountains.
Or even just next to a really big old tree, maybe one that's been there for like 300 years.
Exactly what happens. You are immediately humbled
Right.
when the scale of your personal life, the deadlines, the little disagreements, those pressing anxieties, when that bumps up against the sheer magnitude of the natural world,
They'd shrink.
they shrink dramatically. They don't necessarily disappear, but they lose their overwhelming urgency. Their power over you diminishes.
Yeah, the drama of the ego kind of fades into the background. You remember you're part of something way bigger, more ancient, more enduring than whatever fleeting worry you had 5 minutes ago.
That itself is incredibly powerful reassurance, deeply calming.
Absolutely. Okay, so physical calm, mental perspective. What else? So some of the research seemed to take this connection even further, right? Talking about something more energetic, electrical.
Yes, exactly. This is moving into a really interesting area. Some research suggests a subtle, almost electrical relationship between us and the planet itself.
Okay, now you got my attention. This sounds intriguing. Is this solid physical science, or is it more theoretical? Are we talking about earthing here or grounding?
We are. It's currently a pretty active area of research, and it kind of sits at that interesting border between complementary medicine and, maybe even physics.
Yeah.
The core practice itself is super simple.
Which is?
Just placing your bare skin, usually the soles of your feet, in direct contact with the surface of the planet. So grass, sand, dirt.
Okay, so we're back to taking our shoes and socks off in the park again. Why? What's the theory behind why that's supposed to be so effective?
Well, the theory sees it as a kind of direct, energetic reconnection. Think of the Earth itself as this massive battery, constantly holding a natural, subtle, negative electrical charge.
Okay, Earth equals negative charge.
Right. Our bodies, meanwhile, especially in modern life, tend to accumulate positive electrical charges. Plus, we're constantly bombarded by man-made electromagnetic frequencies, the static from all our devices, Wi-Fi, all that stuff.
And that imbalance isn't good.
The theory is that this electrical imbalance can actually exacerbate things like inflammation.
Okay, so grounding, putting your feet on the earth,
Yeah.
is like plugging yourself into the Earth's natural electrical field to drain off that excess positive charge. Kind of like running a ground wire for an electrical circuit to stop static.
That's a great analogy. Exactly. The practice is theorized to help rebalance our own energy field by neutralizing that excess positive charge with the Earth's abundant negative ions.
And people who do this, what do they report?
Proponents report a range of benefits. Things like reduced chronic inflammation, less pain, sometimes profoundly improved sleep quality. It's seen as this direct, natural electrical reset button for your body.
Fascinating. Okay, so we've got the scientific need, right? Biophilia.
Yeah.
We've got the measurable physical benefits, lower heart rate, blood pressure, less cortisol. We have the mental perspective shift. And now this really interesting energetic connection through earthing.
Right.
But let's bring it back to the listener. Maybe they're sitting in a 20th floor apartment right now. They don't have easy access to some pristine wilderness. What do we do? Where do we start?
And that is the beautiful part, really. You absolutely do not need a grand wilderness expedition. You can start to reconnect right where you are today with really simple mindful practices.
Okay.
The invitation here is just to make nature an active component of your self-care routine, not just, passive background scenery.
All right, let's walk through the 3 main mindful practices that the sources recommended. Let's start with step 1. It seemed to be about attention.
Exactly. Step 1 is mindful observation. So the instruction is, find just one natural object in your immediate vicinity. Doesn't matter how small or seemingly insignificant.
Like what?
Could be a houseplant on your desk. Could be the single tree you can see outside your window. Could even be like a really determined dandelion pushing up through a crack in the pavement.
Okay, got it. Find one thing. Then what?
Then you give it your full, undivided attention for just 3 minutes. That's it, 3 minutes. But really see it.
Instead of just glancing at it.
Right. Notice the intricate patterns on its leaves, maybe the subtle shifts in color, the way it interacts with the light or the breeze. The whole practice is about observing it not just as scenery, but as a living being, a complex fellow resident of this planet.
That alone breaks the pattern of distraction, doesn't it? Anchors you.
Immediately. Pulls you right out of your internal chatter and into actual reality.
Okay, step 1. Mindful observation. What's step 2? Something about senses.
Yep. Step 2 is sensory immersion. So the next time you step outside, even if it's literally just to walk to your car or check the mail, make it a conscious, fully engaged practice for a minute or 2.
Instead of being lost in thought or looking at your phone.
Exactly. Consciously engage all your senses. Ask yourself, what sounds are really present right now? Is it a bird chirping? Is it the specific rustle of dry leaves? Or maybe just the distant hum of traffic?
Okay, listening. What else?
What do you smell? Is it that sharp, clean scent of damp earth after it rained? Maybe the fragrance of flowers nearby? Or even just the smell of, asphalt heating up in the sun?
Okay. Smell and feel.
What do you feel on your skin? Is it the warmth of the sun? The coolness of a breeze? The humidity in the air? Just noticing. This practice anchors you so firmly in the living, breathing, current moment. It overrides those stress signals coming from your inner monologue.
Sensory immersion. Got it. And finally, step 3 brings in the grounding idea we talked about.
Exactly. Step 3 is the earthing practice. Find a small patch of actual earth. Could be a park lawn, your own backyard if you have one, maybe a patch of sand if you happen to be near a beach.
Okay. Got my patch?
Take off your shoes and socks and just stand directly on the earth for, say, 5 minutes. That's all. Feel the texture under your feet. Is it cool, damp, soft, prickly?
Just feeling the connection.
Yes. And the key here is maybe integrating a little visualization. As you stand there, you can visualize any stress, any anxiety, any sort of heavy, stale energy just flowing down from your mind and body,
Okay.
out through the soles of your feet and being welcomed by the earth. Let the earth just take it like it's being composted and transformed into something neutral, something fertile.
Wow. That's incredibly actionable.
Yeah.
And powerful, even just imagining it.
It really can be.
So, okay, the direct task for you, the listener, it sounds pretty simple then. Identify just one spot in nature near you. Could be that city park, a local creek bed, maybe just that quiet corner down the street with the one really beautiful tree you like.
Find that spot and then go there. Intentionally leave your phone in your pocket, or even better, maybe leave it at home entirely for this.
Okay. Phone off or away?
And just sit or stand there for 10 minutes. That's it, 10 minutes. Your only assignment is to be absolutely present. Use those mindful observation and sensory immersion techniques we just talked about.
Be there.
Okay.
And if you want to really integrate this, make it stick.
There was a suggestion to add a quick journaling element, which I think is great. Before you go to your spot, maybe jot down just a sentence or 2 about how you feel right then, physically, mentally.
Okay, the before state.
Right. And then after your 10 minutes of connection, write down how you feel then. Notice the shift. Track the change, however subtle it might seem. Was there a physical shift? A mental one?
Before and after. That helps solidify the learning.
Definitely. And maybe just to bring this all together, connecting back to that cosmic scale we touched on, the one that gives us that needed perspective.
Yeah.
Just remember, we are not just living on the Earth. We are, in a very real sense, a temporary expression of the Earth. Highly complex, yes, but still Earth.
How do you mean?
I mean, think about the actual stuff you're made of, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones. Those elements were literally forged in the hearts of ancient stars, traveled across unimaginable distances through space,
Wow.
and became part of this planet billions of years ago. They've been cycling through rock, water, air, and life for eons. They are part of you right now.
So to reconnect with nature isn't just going somewhere nice.
It's literally coming home to the most essential, the most fundamental, and the most enduring part of yourself. That connection isn't some optional luxury
Not
item.
necessary.
It feels like the necessary path back to balance, back to peace.
So the final invitation isn't, become a wilderness survival expert overnight.
Not at all. It's simply to recognize that nature is kind of like your original operating manual. It's still there. Open it up, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes today. See what happens.
What happens when you realize your biggest problems might actually be smaller than the oldest tree in the park?
Exactly. That's what you get to explore.